Okay, guys, welcome back to Trails in the Sky, second chapter. We're in the thick of it now, so let's try to keep this one short. Our heroes continued, by which I mean the introduction. We're going to take our sweet time with the plot itself, but my recap of last time. Our heroes continued exploring the Ouroboros base and its weirdly abandoned edifice. We ended up saving Annalise, who was brainwashed like the other three senior bracers, so sadly had to give her a walloping as well, but we managed to get her fixed, and she gave us the hot tip that Joshua was here in this building. She had spotted Joshua. So, of course, Estelle and company ran up towards the roof where Annalise had seen Joshua going. We ended up catching up with Joshua, except that he was some kind of puppet doppelganger, him and two other Joshuas, so 3 of them for us to fight as a pretty intense boss fight. They even had Joshua's S-Craft, so that was interesting. But we beat them, thankfully. Which, yeah, I'm just wondering now if that even was Joshua that Annalise saw, since the real Joshua might be here based on that intro to this chapter we saw, I don't know. But yes, after winning that fight, turns out Weissman had been hanging out here this whole time watching us fight, and he gassed us, and now Estelle has disappeared. The rest of our heroes woke up from that soporific gas attack, but Estelle's gone, Weissman is gone. Oh yeah, frickin' Ren and Dingledorf, what's his name? Loaf, they were there. That's rude. You'd think I'd call Weissman Dingledorf because he's got that more energy, but I'm the mega heel here, calling cool guy Loaf that. They were there too, but they're gone now. We have to give chase. There's this door in the back of the room, so that's our only option really. I guess this is taking us to the roof. Let's frickin' go, guys. Freeze! We'll beat all 3 of you guys, definitely. Gonna guess Weissman is one of those guys who's actually completely useless in a fight. He has that evil mastermind energy. So we only gotta deal with Ren and Loaf. I'm sure that'll be a fine, easy fight with the 3 of us. Ah, crap! Ugh! Ah, that is a problem. They're not even gonna stick around for a fight. They are gonna make their villain exit. Wow, no parting words even. Damn, that's extra bad guy energy. Just gonna vamonos. Estelle! It's interesting that Zin got the last word there. It depends on who you bring in the party, I suppose, but odd choice, sure, I guess. Uh-oh. What's this liminal space? Or I'm sorry, isn't this a non-liminal? Doesn't liminal mean there's a limit to the world, whereas this looks the exact opposite? Unliminal? I don't know. I don't actually understand the word liminal space. I'm sorry, guys. I should not use fancy words that I don't get. I mainly use it for shorthand for weird places, I suppose. This is Estelle. Oh, wow. I wasn't a hundo sure if it was going to be Joshua or Estelle's mom again after that wacky mind palace soporific. Speaking of soporific, that whole was her name Luciola? What was her name? The thing we did in Roland. But yeah, because we were in a similar black void back then. But no, it's Joshua. Well. Joshua! This is gonna take a while. Oh boy. Why? It's okay. It's enough. Ah! Yeah, hey, gotta did that voice already myself. Ah! I was always just a broken puppet. I can never go back to being human. Damn! I'm always hyping up the sprite work whenever they put the extra effort. This one is like top 10, top 5 even. This one's crazy. So, enough. Enough. No! Dude, this amazing sprite work. Thank you. Goodbye, Estelle. No! 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 Ah!
Wow, what a scream. Are you okay, Estelle?
Ren! Oh, good. Just a dream.
Did you have a scary nightmare?
Yeah, a total nightmare. Now that freaky doll is even showing up in my dreams. I mean... Wait a second! Ren! What are you doing here?
I was wondering when you were going to act all surprised. You're so laid back, Estelle. I love that about you.
Yeah, well, forgive me for not being on the ball right after waking up. Anyway, where...
It's not so odd for me to be here, you know. We're actually at our brand new base.
New base?
Mm-hmm. Look out the window.
I wasn't sure if we were in a brig on that airship or not. The space looked rather big, so maybe a little too big for the airship, but... Alright, new base. Fair enough, I guess we kind of cleaned up that old one, so... Okay... What? Where are we? Is it a giant floating sky fortress? Oh my freaking goodness. Oh my freaking goodness, speaking of that, like, did you see the little clipping there at the end? This looks like one of Dr. Eggman's ships.
I've been outsourcing my egg carrier to Ouroboros to pay the bills, Sonic. You can't blame a guy for the way I go through robots.
I'm making jokes here, but that's actually really cool that they had this little animated cutscene here for this thing. Wow, neat. That's cool. I mean, it's bad because it's a giant bad guy air fortress, but, like, I do love me one of these giant flying airship doohickeys, so, yeah.
Welcome aboard the Crimson Ark, the Glorious. This ship could beat up an entire army. Don't you think this is the best toy ever?
You people, what are you planning on doing with something like this? Oh, I'm gonna guess who this is. Ah, our guest has finally awoken. Welcome aboard, Estelle. I trust your nap was restful. I'm sure you are quite out of sorts, being brought aboard with no fanfare. Fear not. We haven't brought you here to cause you any harm. Far from it, in fact. You're free to relax here. Why don't we take the chance to have a nice chat? About the society, about our goals, and about our common friends. I think I can answer many of your questions. Fine. Not like I have much of a choice. Let's hear it. By the way, I was just thinking, because, you know, when Joshua jumped on that airship, Now I'm thinking he never really was there in that base that we raided. Because if this glorious thing was already in Liberlian airspace, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Joshua rode the ship up to this thingy, you know? So it really was all just a trap from the very beginning. Very interesting. Excellent. I'll be waiting. Ren, be a darling and show Estelle the way up here, would you?
Sure, okay. Come on, Estelle. Let's go to the sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
It's a really pretty room on the top deck of this ship. The professor's waiting for us there.
Alright, show me the way.
You don't need to be so serious. I think you'll really like what we have to say.
Huh? What do you mean?
You'll just have to find out. Anyway, follow me. Come on, come on.
Oh, what? We actually get to play this sequence. Okay. Oh, that's funny. We're actually controlling Ren. That's very, very funny. Can I... No, there's only Estelle. That makes sense. Sure, but that would, like... For a second, I was like... Are we gonna actually have, you know, Ren in the party? But no, it's just for this sequence. I do wonder where we're supposed to go on this ship. Ooh! Knockout meatball. Found a scrap of paper with a knockout meatball recipe written on it. Are you sure I could just have this? It seems like you're kind of helping out your enemy here. Well, let's see what they're planning here, you know. The strongest weapon we've gotten so far. We've got a decent amount of equipment for this, too. Inflicts faint 100%. Wow. Chili-packed ball of meat. One bite and lights out. Sriracha, huh? No matter where you go in this life, there's always someone looking to take you for all you've got. It happened to me, and it will happen to you. Damn. Heavy stuff. I don't think they could have planned for which chest in the game has what text, because I'm sure in the code of the original game it's always the same text, so it's really hard to tell which chest it relates to, so... But I was wondering, it'd be really funny if they had, like, extra dark lines for while we're here in the Glorious. EP charge too, not bad. I know it's not much fun to open an empty chest, but think about how much fun it was to open when it still had something in it. Memories. Sure. Ay, good heavens, this place is huge. Ah, how very handy. Look at that, we got a map here to help us out. Elevator to Sanctuary, elevator to Forecastle, first floor. Part of me wants to wander around and collect more treasure, but, like, let's just move on forwards, guys. We already got a couple of good treasures. That meatball was a great find, so all good. Access to the sanctuary and the engine room is restricted. Please provide voice identification.
Enforcer number 15, Ren. Codename, Angel of Slaughter. Destination, Sanctuary.
Access granted. Welcome, Enforcer Ren. She's got permits and everything. Gosh darn it. Ooh, this little kid. Starting to feel a little antsy with this little monster here.
And here we are. This is the sanctuary. The professor should be just inside.
Hey, Ren?
What is it?
Were you the one controlling that Joshua puppet in the base?
Uh-huh, that's right. The professor asked me to. Neat, huh?
So you're a victim of the society too?
Huh?
Never mind. Well, here I go.
See you later.
Okay. Estelle is being a more charitable person than me. I'm like starting to get annoyed by Ren's psycho child shtick. We've been here for only 5 minutes now hanging out with her, and I'm already like, ooh, this little shit kid. But I guess Estelle is the better person than what I am, so...
Just go down this hallway and you'll be in the sanctuary. Go on, the professor's waiting.
Right, and of course, just to remind everybody, Estelle has yet to work out who the professor is, His identity as Professor Alba has still remained a mystery, so... there's gonna get some revelations right here, which aren't really revelations for us all that much, but maybe we will get something new here, some new revelations. Yes, I know how the word's pronounced, in case anyone is not listening to me rant. Revelations is a joke on Resident Evil Revelations when they misspelled it on the spine of the case of the game. So, just, I know how the word's pronounced, don't worry guys, I'm just being obnoxious. Oh boy, that music got extra spooky too. Do you think there's gonna be an actual organ he's playing? Yeah, of course there is. Good lord, get that Captain Nemo energy going, Awfully far, those upper keys, You can maybe reach the second row if you're on your tippy toes, but further up, not very easy to reach. Well, it's because the sprites are deformed, but I'm just going to be a shit kid here myself and call out these little problems, Welcome aboard the Glorious. The pipe organ music plays even though because that's background music. Maybe he hit a button for one of those spinny thingies that canisters that auto plays music on old-timey instruments. I don't know how those work, but whatever. It's been some time since we last met, Estelle. Ah, Professor Alba. I thought it was you. That's actually super cool, that Estelle has actually been working it out in the background. So, she's not shocked. I really love that. That's so cool. Such great character growth for Estelle, I finally remembered when I heard your voice a minute ago. Cassius Bright's daughter continues to impress. The seal on your memory wasn't particularly strong, but throwing it off on your own is still worth some manner of praise. My apologies. I've yet to properly introduce myself. My true name is George Weissman. I am one of the Ennui, supervisors of the Society. An Ennui? So you're one of the high commanders of the Society? So he's not even an enforcer then, right? Which I guess makes sense because he's bossing all these other enforcers around. Something like that. Now, as I said before, I am completely prepared to answer any questions you may have. What would you like to ask first? Where do we even begin? What the hell? I don't know, this is crazy. Honestly, there's so much to ask. I'm not even sure where to start. You needn't fret. Take your time thinking things over. If it pleases you, I could play a relaxing etude while you collect your thoughts. Yeah, I think I'll pass. You didn't strike me as someone who'd be into that sort of thing. Well, whatever. Here's a question for you. Was the whole poor archaeologist thing a total act, or what? Putting the poverty aside, I actually am an archaeologist. And as an aside, I picked up the pipe organ during my time with the church. I may not be that Erebonian you spent so much time with, but I dare say I'm decent, wouldn't you? Hang on, the church? Like the Septian? I was something of an academic priest. A chance meeting with the Grand Master led me to discarding the path of faith. My knowledge of artifacts, paltry as it is, still proves useful from time to time, thankfully. With our current plan in particular. The one who tempted Colonel Richard into starting the coup, and the one who arranged all the gospel experiments. It was you. It certainly was. And it was all for the sake of our cause. Your gospel plan? I saw something in the research facility about that. Your plan is to take the Aureole, isn't it? Take the Aureole? That's not entirely accurate. But for the purposes of this conversation, it will suffice. Yes.
What is the Aureole, anyway? Why do you want it so bad? I know it's said to be one of the treasures of Eidos, but just what is it?
For the moment, I must keep the exact nature of the Aureole a secret. I would, after all, so hate to spoil the surprise.
The surprise, right. Thanks. Oh man. Estelle's feistiness, I love it so much. Just like dissing this dude this hard, so good. Very like Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4 energy. One of those elder moments you got going on there. Yeah.
Our plan has moved into its third phase. Very, very soon now, its true nature will be plain to see. I can barely contain my anticipation. And once the Aureole has shown itself, then we will see the potential of mankind unfurl before our eyes.
The potential of mankind. Ragnar said something about that too.
Oh? The Holy Beast was willing to bestow his wisdom upon you? Perhaps you are doing more than simply living in your father's shadow.
Spare me the flattery. And what the hell? I keep asking you things and you keep dodging the answers.
Do forgive me. It wasn't my intention to be so evasive. I can, however, easily answer the question I know you want to ask most.
The what?
What keeps you from asking it? Don't be afraid. Muster your courage and ask it of me.
Oh boy. I think I know what it's gonna be about. Yep, exactly. Knew it. It's the obvious one.
Joshua.
Where's Joshua?
His exact location is currently unknown to me.
Oh man, this is gonna be so good if it's like, I'm way closer than you think, and he just is there. Well, we'll see how this goes.
From what I've observed, he's up to something with those sky bandits. Their movements have proven to be quite elusive. Though he is alive and well, I can assure you.
Okay.
Joshua's specialties are covert operation and guerrilla warfare. I was the one who tuned him to excel at such, but he has long since surpassed even my greatest expectations. I gleefully await seeing the height of his potential. You. Come now, you don't need to look so angry. When Joshua was entrusted to my care, his heart was akin to a glass ornament dashed against a paving stone. He was my first attempt at rebuilding such a shattered soul. Is it not natural, you think, for an academic to be curious about the result of his work? What did you tell Joshua on the day of the Queen's birthday celebrations? I merely removed the block on his memory and told him the truth. that he, once taken into your home, had unwittingly been acting as a spy and sending guild information to the society. That Richard's coup succeeded in its own right because of him, and finally that, thanks to his efforts, the ground was at last fertile for our plan. I even rewarded him. I formally released him from his obligations to the society. I finally get it. Why Joshua, that night, why he disappeared, why he said goodbye with that look on his face. Yes, I must say I did find that regrettable. To think Joshua would abandon you so coldly after regaining himself. I recommended he just pretend he knew nothing of it and continue his life with you. But alas, I suppose my generosity backfired, no?
Oh boy. Oh, okay, I thought Estelle, like, now it's boss time. That would have been sick, but no.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed you can even say that. You were the one who chased Joshua into a corner in the first place. He didn't have a choice. So he had to look like that, and give his harmonica to me, and say, goodbye, Estelle. All of it! Every last bit! It's all your fault! Oh!
Ah, man. It would have been so cool if we just got to lay in on him, but of course he's not gonna leave himself open.
Loaf! The hell did you come from? I was here from the start. You simply didn't bother to notice.
What? What an undignified performance. I don't know who this is. Who the heck could this now be? Another person. Oh, shoot, it's everybody. The whole gang's here. Great. Oh, shoot. Okay.
You performed so well in completing my challenges, too. Did I not teach you to think before you act? Come on, give us some credit. Takes balls to pick a fight with him.
Agreed. Regardless of her skills, her courage certainly is impressive. Though, I wonder if we should call it courage or mere foolishness.
Oh, crap. Another young... Oh, this is gonna be the most... Okay, I think LeBlanc's the most obnoxious one, but this guy sucks too.
So you're the Divine Blade's daughter?
Yeah, this guy too.
This would be the first time we've met. I am Enforcer number 0, Campanella the Fool. Nice to meet you.
Another one?
Stop it, guys! You're scaring Estelle!
Well, we're right and proper surrounded. I can take you all on. Check out my true hurricane. You guys just get in a nice big pile, I'll catch all of you.
Friend, too?
You don't need to worry, Estelle. I know what I said last time, but we aren't here to hurt you or anything. Promise!
Huh?
Hey, Professor! Why not ask Estelle right now?
Well, now is as good a time as any. How about it, Estelle? Would you like to join Ouroboros?
I was wondering if this was what it was gonna be, you know? Like, they seem to have a pretty open policy, you know, getting recruits, so I was wondering if, like, somehow Estelle would get wrapped up in this business, you know, or at least, you know, they'd offer her, you know. We'll see what her conviction is, though. What? I'm sorry, I misheard that.
Would you say that one more time? I asked if you would like to join the Society of Ouroboros. You wouldn't become a full-fledged enforcer right away, of course. You would be more a candidate for the position.
Are you insane?
Come now. It's hardly the leap of logic you're thinking. Joshua has been rather stubborn about returning, but with you here, he would undoubtedly come back to us. And to you.
Estelle, you want to see Joshua again more than anything else, right? If you join us, that will come true right away. What's there to even think about?
But I...
Now, Ren, Estelle might need some time to weigh her options. We will be departing the ship for a little while on business, Estelle. You may give us your answer when we return.
Okay.
Elite Ouroboros grunts. Oh boy. Tougher than the Spec Ops guys, right? Remember back in first chapter when those Spec Ops guys seemed like the scariest, hottest shit, those elite units, and now, like, we cleaned up their remnants in the Gransul chapter, and, like, they weren't all that scary alone, you know? Funny how things go. And I do apologize for this, but your options must remain fairly limited during your stay. Feel free to request anything you need, but you'll be staying in your cabin.